Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you are new. My name is Mali and welcome to a bookish filled 48 hours. So about a month ago, my TBR jar picked out 6 books for me to read, and out of those 6, I've only read 2. Technically 1 because night shift was a DNF for me, but it's out of my TBR, so I'm counting it as a win anyways. It is that time of the month again when I come on here and tell you guys that I am a failure. I don't read the books that I pick out my TBR. Here we are trying to rectify it. So from my monthly July TBR, I have yet to read these 4 books. I am, however, currently in the middle of the unwritten book. Not literally in the middle of, because I only read about this much, but I picked this up yesterday and I'm really enjoying it. This was part of my TBR before. I have picked it out for my January TBR, read 20 pages of it, loved those 20 pages, but then I never went back to pick it up. I think I just have a little mental block with nonfiction books sometimes, but I'm 55 pages in. I'm loving it. I just don't think I'll be reading it during this next 48 hours. I'm just enjoying it and I just don't want to rush through it. It's very beautiful. It's nonfiction. It's a lot of conversation with books and literature and language, and it's honestly so beautiful from what I've read so far. Also, this book is a chonker that it's not gonna happen. Even if I read this for the next 48 hours, I don't think I will finish it. So that means that we've yet to read these 3. We have On the Calculation of Volume Part 2. Then we have Carnality. This is a reread for me. I'm really excited about this one. And then we have Spoiled Creatures. This is one that I've been really excited for the past couple of weeks. I'm gonna be picking up On the Calculation of Volume first, just because strategy wise this is the shortest book, so I'm thinking I could probably finish this today. So yeah, those are my plans for the next 48 hours. I am so excited to just be reading and do anything bookish, because actually in about a couple hours I am gonna go and pick up my bookshelves from IKEA. So this is probably like the last time you guys will see this book stacks. I'm literally so excited about. I saw the bookshelves in person and they're so beautiful. They're gonna be the Billy bookshelves, but they're gonna be this wooden color and they're so beautiful. I'm so excited to have it up in my space. I am not gonna be filming the organization video just yet, but I'm gonna have them up and I'm gonna build them with my brother. So yeah, it's gonna be a very fun 48 hours and I'm really excited to spend it with you guys.
Scrolling on my phone, mind gets caught, lying to myself. I'm greener grass, dream another life, one that's not so hard.
Hi friends, it has been many hours later. I don't have much of a reading update, sadly. I've been sitting on the couch here for the past hour and a half, and I'm now page 72 of On the Calculation of Volume Part 2, and it's a little boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just a little bit bored. I'm not like DNFing this because I'm not in that stage. What I liked so much about the first book, which was the same day repeating over and over again, but it being seen in a fresh new light, is not in this one. Right now, our main character, Tara, she is traveling and she's trying to chase the seasons. Because she is stuck in the 18th of November, she talks about how she misses the seasons and she sort of thinks that if she has seasons again, then time will go on as normal. She's currently traveling north. She's in Europe, by the way. She's traveling north to like Sweden to see if she can catch winter. Her traveling and trying to figure out the mechanics of her traveling is a little bit interesting. We also got to see her parents, and yeah, it's not super, like, I'm not in love with it like I was with the first one. And while it is entertaining, it is nothing great. I think at the moment it's giving 3-star feelings, you know? So not in love with it, but it's fine so far. I did want to show you guys that I have bookshelves. The majority of the day was spent putting up those bookshelves with my brother. I'm not gonna lie, he did most of the work. He did most of the building, and I was literally just like dusting off my bookshelves and moving them from the stacks that they were on and putting them somewhere else in their rooms so that the bookshelves could go where the books were. It took maybe like an hour to put those bookshelves up. I don't think it took that long. If I did it myself, it would take forever. So I'm really appreciative that my brother helped me. Can't wait to put books on the shelves. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen today or tomorrow. Definitely not today. Definitely not tomorrow because I'm filming this 48-hour readathon. And then on Friday, I'm not even sure if I will because I have to edit a whole bunch. Saturday, depending on how much I gotta edit, I don't think I will either. So this is looking like a Sunday project, like a Sunday, Monday project. I'm really excited about the bookshelves. They look absolutely fantastic in the space, which I'm really, really happy about. The light wood looks so good. It looks kind of expensive too. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that these are from IKEA. But yeah, I want to come on here and give you guys that little update, seeing as in a couple of hours I will be spending some time with my friend. I literally always do this in my 40-hour readathons. Like, I go out with my friends. I also do these readathons on my days off from work, and on my days off I also want to spend time with my friends. So we'll see if I can finish this book before I hang out with my friend in about, I don't think I'm gonna do that actually, because I'm gonna be with my friend in about an hour. There's no way. But I'm gonna read as much as possible. So yeah, got a coffee. And I put this little cup sleeve on it that says, oops, I got another coffee. This is in fact my second coffee of the day. I'm gonna sit here and read, and yeah, that's how it's going so far. I just keep looking at the bookshelves and it makes me so incredibly happy. I can't wait to do the organization video for you guys soon. Okay, I'm gonna go read now. Good morning or good noon. It's like 11:30 right now. It's now been 25 hours since we started this 48-hour readathon, and I've yet to finish a book. I am so close though to finishing On the Calculation of Volume Part 2. Not that I'm hating it, but I'm like a little bit bored. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just not as good as the first one. The first one, it was a 4-star read for me. It was just perfect. It was perfectly mundane, perfectly boring. It hit all the right spots on what I like in a literary speculative fiction book. I'm nearly done with it though, so I'm gonna see it through. I just have this much left. What's going on in the second installment of this series is that Tara is now obsessively looking for seasons. She thinks that if she follows the seasons how it should be, that her year or her day will stop resetting. She went in search of Christmas, she went in search of winter, she went in search of spring and then summer, and now she's back in like autumn, November, and it didn't work. Obviously, I think some part of her knew that that was not gonna work. I don't know if I want to read the third book in this series. Maybe, depending on how this book ends, maybe I will, or maybe I'll just read it out of curiosity. I actually don't even know if the third book is published yet, but like, there's 7 books in this installment, and we are on the second one and I'm bored. I don't think I will follow the entire series through, which just bums me out because the first book started off in such a good note. I literally thought that this is going to be my new obsession. There's not a lot of literary series. I'm only thinking of one, and that's the Napolitan Quartet. And so yeah, it makes me a little sad to think that I'm not going to be following the rest of the series, especially again because I said there's 7 books planned. Positive thing I can say about this is that I love the writing style. Even though it is mundane, I'm not 100% engaged with it. I find the writing so beautiful and so lyrical, and it just paints such a portrait, especially since we are going through so many seasons in just a couple of pages. It feels like I'm experiencing these seasons alongside our main character, Tara. I also really like Tara's sentiments on feeling like a monster because she is in a time loop. If she, for example, goes to the same supermarket and buys the same bread over and over again, eventually that bread will stop. Like, it'll end. She'll use up the entire stock of it, and because the rest of the world don't know that they are in a time loop, the store doesn't get the chance to restock that bread that Tara is using up, and so she finishes these things. Same thing happens when she goes to a coffee shop. Anything that she uses up and buys over and over again, she ends up using it all, and so she talks about how she feels like a monster because of this. And I remember that sentiment also been explored in book one. Just listen to this. It says, I don't want to be a monster. I walk a fine line. I tread carefully through the world. I leave as small as a trail as I can. I try to get through the days without stepping too heavily, stepping lightly. A monster playing being a butterfly. While I'm not exactly loving this, I am trying to see it through. I only have about 30 pages, and then I really want to pick up another book for my TBR. I'm really angling for spoiled creatures, and that's the one I think I'm gonna bring with me because I'm actually going to get ready. Well, I'm already ready. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come pick me up, but we're going to the beach, and I'm really excited because I haven't been to the beach in about 2 months, maybe a little more than that. I'm really excited to sit at the beach and read, and hopefully my next book's a little more exciting than this. It's a little bit slow, this readathon, but I hope you guys are still enjoying the video so far. I'm definitely finishing this book in this vlog. I don't know if I'll be able to finish another book, but at least I'll be hopefully halfway through a second one.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer
Back from the beach, and I did manage to finish on the calculation of volume. I literally screamed at the ending because, oh my god, I told you guys that I will only read the third book if something happened that made me curious about the third book, because honestly this one was quite boring, and something really interesting happened, and I have to know what comes out of this. I have to know more about this, and so I will be reading the third book in this series. I hope it is more entertaining. I hope it's not as boring. It really should not be boring with the mega plot twist we got at the end there. I literally screamed, and I had to explain to my boyfriend what I was reading. I had to explain to my boyfriend the first book and then this book so that he could understand what was going on. While this wasn't my favorite out of the series, I definitely will be reading book number 3 whenever that comes out. I heard rumors that it's coming out on November 18th, which very smart marketing. Then I picked up Spoiled Creatures by Amy Dwight, and I'm really surprised at how quickly I'm reading this. I just reached page 100. I like the foreshadowing that something really wrong happened in this book at this woman's retreat. So basically in this book we follow, what is her name? Oh my god. Iris. We follow Iris. She is a 30-something-year-old woman who was recently broken up with her boyfriend, and so she moving back in with her mother. She's lost in life. She's not where she's wanted to be. She honestly doesn't know what she wants. Like, she does not want the traditional like husband, home, children type of thing, you know? She's kind of lost in life, and then this breakup is making her even more confused with what she wants. She comes to know about this commune living. They're not a wellness retreat. It's just a little community of women living at a farmhouse, and they take in whoever wants to be with them. Honestly, it's giving cult. For Iris to be included as a member, she's had to prove her loyalty and prove that she can get down and dirty with the soil and like do handiwork, basically. Iris is recruited by Hazel to join the communal living that these women have. I'm gonna call it farmhouse because that's what they call it in the book as well. So Hazel introduces Iris to the farmhouse, and Iris is already kind of smitten by Hazel. I don't know if it's gonna be like, if they're gonna have a little thing. Iris is talking about how she loves Hazel to say her name, and she wants to prove herself to Hazel, and like seeking a lot of approval, not only from Hazel but also from the rest of the girls, especially Blythe, which is the ringleader of the entire farmhouse, basically. And I'm not very far in. This is literally all that I know so far. Iris has now been indoctrinated into the little farmhouse. She literally had to jump through fire to prove herself. And also at the same time, we get past and present narratives. So there's parts or like So there's like chapters where we're being told the story through present time, which is set in 2008, and then in the future, many years after, in 2018, once things have come to light about the farmhouse. Iris is trying to put that behind her and try to hide herself in a big city. I think she's in New York. But basically, and I don't think this is a spoiler because it does say on the blurb, a devastating violence breaks the commune apart. Literally on the very first page, you understand that someone was murdered. I don't know who was murdered just yet. I won't tell you if I know anyways. And honestly, I'm very, very intrigued. So I'm liking this so far. Very good news. I'm gonna read as much of this as I can tonight. It's still really early. It's only about 7 p.m. So I'm gonna read some more and tell you guys whenever I have more updates on this. But so far, this is going quite well. I like the atmosphere of this. It feels like something is bubbling underneath. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm excited. The readathon ended a couple of hours ago, and I am just a little bit disappointed at how it went. I was kind of delusional, I think. I don't know. It's time to recap. I only read a book and a half in this readathon. I finished On the Calculation of Volume Part 2, and you guys know that it was not my favorite of the installment. However, I will continue to read this series because the ending of the second one was insane. There is something revealed that is very interesting to me. And then I'm still reading Spoiled Creatures by Amy Twigg. I am 128 pages into it, so I'm not that far in. I fell asleep while reading this book, and then I woke up actually so late as well. I woke up like maybe 40 minutes before the readathon ended, and then I sat down to read just 10 minutes before the readathon officially ended at 10:30 a.m. I'm still very much enjoying this and enjoying the atmosphere in this. I told you guys that there is foreshadowing because we know that a big murder happened. We just don't know who did the murder or who was killed. Right now, we're just following our main character, Iris. I almost forgot her name, as she is now fully a member of the farmhouse. She is having her little routines, having fun with the ladies. She completely severed contact with her mother and friends. She no longer has her phone with her, and she is just fully living off the land, off grid. Not only are we having a look at how Iris acclimates to the farmhouse, but we're also seeing how she interacts with the other women at the farmhouse. She is completely enamored by this other woman named Hazel. She was the one who got her in the farmhouse, and she talks about Hazel in a very like lesbian coded way, which I'm wondering if we'll go that direction. I sort of hope it does because that would be very interesting, because Iris previously had a boyfriend and she's not mentioned any like girlfriends or anything like that. Iris also has a very interesting relationship with Blythe, who is like the queen bee of the whole thing. She is the one who organizes the entire thing. And everyone adores her. Everyone looks up to her and like thinks of her as something holy. So it's very interesting so far. So I'm really liking it. However, I can't tell you guys any more than that because if I do, I think I will go into spoiler territory and I'm not that far in. Unfortunately, did not read that much during the last 48 hours, but it happens sometimes. At least I'm really happy that I was doing this in the first place and that I was reading alongside you guys, and that we got our bookshelves in this vlog. We had a very nice beach day. So thank you so much for watching this video. And if you've read any of the books that I read in this video, please let me know. It was a really fun 48 hours, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.